What makes restaurants different than most every other type of business is that we really try to make people feel at home. It's hospitality. You're not our customer, but our guests. We want you to feel as comfortable and relaxed when you're at our restaurant as you would in our own home. That doesn't, however, mean you can feel free to put your muddy shoes on our coffee table. This relaxed atmosphere leads people to act completely different in a restaurant than they would in any other setting. Which got me to thinking, what would happen if people acted the way they did at a restaurant when they went to the dentist? I've never once walked into a dentist office and had a room ready for me at the time of my reservation. I hear complaints every day from people being asked to wait an extra 5 minutes for their table, more than five, and they're demanding to speak to my manager. When I go to the dentist, I am instead met with paperwork to fill out and an indefinite wait. At least in a restaurant, you can grab a cocktail in the lounge while you wait. If ever there was a place that needed a bar, it's the waiting room at the dentist's office. And when they do call my name to show me back to the exam room, I've never had the nerve to ask for a different room or ask her if I could get an exam chair by the window. People sometimes act as if it's a secret that restaurants are in business to sell food and make profit, not give away everything they can. Still, people have no problem turning down a fresh squeezed lemonade for a water with a bowl of lemons and a couple packets of Sweet and Low, or asking for third helping of free rolls, bread, breadsticks, chips, and salsa. Just once I want to walk into the dentist, and when he asks me if I want nitrous, say, no, but could I get some more of that free aspirin instead? I really also can't imagine anyone ever looking up at a dentist after they've pulled their tooth and saying, if you're going to throw that away anyway, could you slip it in a to-go box for me? I mean, servers do have one thing in common with dentists. We both spend a lot of time talking to people with their mouths full. What's different is the topic of conversations. While I get asked it all the time, I can't imagine anyone looking up at their dentist and saying, so what is your real job? Better yet, I bet no dentist has ever been looked up at and asked, has anyone ever told you you look like that guy from MASH? The one with the big nose? And when the dentist is through, he usually walks me back to the front door so I can pay. I can't tell you how often I would love to do this as a waiter. I also can't imagine sitting in the exam room for another hour after he was finished as the dentist impatiently paces outside the room, stopping him only occasionally to ask for a refill in my water cup. And when you are at the front desk paying your bill at the dentist's office, they usually make sure you pay before you leave rather than letting you slip your payment into a little black book. I also have found that they don't take compliments or gratitude as verbal form of payment. Nor does having to wait too long, getting poked, or having your water cup get empty serve as an acceptable excuse for leaving a dentist half the money they are expecting. And while I certainly wouldn't have the audacity to compare myself to a dentist, I sometimes wonder if people think twice about the way they act differently in a restaurant than they would in some other form of business. I hope this has caused you to think about it as well, because thinking is the first step to knowing. And knowing is half the battle.